Let's talk about landscapes too. You're probably going to take a few in your time, and your camera can do an excellent job of photographing a landscape. One of the biggest mistakes people make when photographing landscapes is coming across a scene and wanting to incorporate it all. That doesn't usually work because the three-dimensional reality is something you're experiencing, and it just doesn't translate into a two-dimensional image. So we're going to give you some tips to create better landscape photographs so that you capture the emotion, the feeling, the beauty, and the grandeur of what you see in front of you. Landscapes are usually photographed using a wide-angle lens. And that's a great thing, provided you're not trying to get everything in. That can be, as we've said, the big mistake. Try this, though. With your wide-angle lens, compose vertically. Point the camera downwards and create strong foreground interest and have a focal point in the background. You could also, perhaps, choose elements within the landscape that are particularly interesting and use your zoom lens at the telephoto end to isolate them as interesting features. Another very important element in the success of a landscape image, naturally, is composition. And as we've already discussed, the rule of thirds can be very successfully applied here, especially when it comes to the horizon. A lot of people tend to put the horizon in the middle of the frame, and that can sometimes work, but rarely. A great place to put the horizon in a landscape photograph is either in the top third, giving you a lot of foreground interest in the landscape itself, or if the sky is perhaps more interesting and dramatic, putting the horizon in the bottom third of the image can be very successful. Try also to remember that your camera is going to record everything, and so there may be very, very unimportant or uninteresting elements within the landscape that you want to exclude from within the frame. So before you take your photograph, make sure that everything that you don't want in the frame is composed out of it, so that all you're left with is the composition and only the elements within the scene that you want to be captured. In landscape photography, light is also very important. It could be said that it's perhaps the most important thing, because even the most beautiful vista captured in the wrong light is a bad photograph. So make sure that you capture your landscapes at the best time of day and in the best light. Professional landscape photographers never sleep in. They're up early to capture their vistas in that beautiful early morning light we know so well, or they'll wait until the other end of the day when that warm, soft light bathes the vista in this glow that is both romantic and also evokes a sense of form and shape and texture that is necessary for all successful landscape photography.